Hey everybody, welcome to the second half of tonight's episode of Into Space. Your cast with you tonight is me, Drizzle. You have Ken, Andrea, Daniel, Jazzi Cabbage, Maxx, and our arbiter, Bill Bunkum. The music that you are listening to, we'd like to thank all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt for that. We'd like to thank our Patreons, Nostalgic, Natalia Cline, Tim Roberts, and Daniel Hunker. If you want to join our Patreon, go to patreon.com/DreadLore and help get this show and everything in front of you every week. We'd like to thank Couchfire Media for all the pretty stuff that they do and for letting you see us.
Couchfire Media.
And to Reblade Productions for whatever they do.
Whatever it is.
They do!
They do!
And also Acid Reflux.
Subscribe
right. And
to
thank you so
Soldier
much.
Oh, wait,
Subscribe.
Burgess. We got to kick it to Burgess.
And become a
Hey,
citizen.
Burgess. Hi, Burgess. Oh, my.
What?
Burgess.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey.
Hey.
Acid reflux burns like Burgess's flamethrower.
Oh, my. Like the Archon flamethrower. So,
It's
I
like
don't
a
know-
heart of fire, but it's an esophagus that's
Oh
on
my
fire.
Argon fire
getting
is
a
slightly
chemical
less
burn.
popular than arcade fire.
yeah. I've got the plague. So, last we left, I believe we were on Silas, Corporal Silas, and Private First Class, Skip Trace. You guys are bottom floor of this apartment building, this lobby. The doors are shut, glass is cracked, and outside is a storm, a brewing. Action's on you guys.
I agree, Silas. We probably can't go out there anytime soon. Can you use that hacker thing of yours to maybe find out where Vesper is and pull him back?
I would have to be plugged in a computer to do that.
Can you not plug it into him?
And wouldn't that use what little left he has of his own power?
I don't know. I'm just you're the technology person, not
I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He's basically like a big battery that's got half of its charge right now.
Oh, so
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Okay, I didn't know.
I think we need to be more concerned about safety, and I think we should look around the room for anything that looks like some kind of door, because this can't be the first time that this shit has happened.
Yeah, I do think we need to search this place. I don't know if we need to go up to the second or third floor yet, but
I don't think up.
here.
I don't think up is our solution. We need
Yeah,
to go
no.
down.
Yeah, let's see if there's a basement or some sort of even bunker. Because if this has happened before they built the thing, this is an older building. There may be a bunker in here for these storms.
Do either of you want to bid to do anything up here, or are you just going down to try to find a cellar?
Well, I was gonna bid to search.
Oh,
Yeah.
So does that?
do it. I dare you.
I'm gonna bid one of my backgrounds, orphanage, because as a kid you used to run around the orphanage and look at all the places and explore. So that's what I'm bidding to look around this building.
Skip Trace, you recall many moons ago when you were just a little skip, running around
Democracy.
the orphanages after your parents died.
His memory is not apparent.
Oh,
It's because he was a microskip.
oh man!
You didn't
All
have
right,
to
both of you get pips.
play your part there, buddy.
Skip, you look around. This lobby has the front doors, going out to where you came, or where you came from. You also have the hallway that leads to the other side, where there's doors leading into the city proper. So the doors from whence you came are in kind of like a little burrow, a little alleyways and such between buildings. And the front door would be on the main thoroughfare or near to it. So you've got that. There's I think there's just stairs here. I don't think there's an elevator because it's 3 stories tall. And I'm thinking communist style. There ain't no elevator here. There is, in fact, a stairway that leads down into a basement. There's various bits and pieces, as you can find lots of different things which I can describe. Loads of things in this building. Okay, I want to know what you're looking for.
I was just looking for the way down.
Oh yeah, you find it.
Basically, yeah. So it's Silas, there's some stairs over here. Do we want to go ahead and take these bodies down with us now, or should we check it out first?
We should check it out first. If it's
Right.
dangerous and we need to get us out of there, it's better not to have all of this dead weight.
You guys
Yeah.
hear
Sound morbid.
falling footfalls. Falling footfalls. Wow. You hear footfalls running down the stairs as you guys are kind of in the lobby near where the stairwell is. And there's someone running down the stairs, or perhaps a few people. It's hard to tell. As the footfalls get closer,
I will holster, make sure all my weapons are holstered.
Silas, do you prepare anything?
I'm going to stand in front of Vesper. I don't want him to get hurt more.
You see, Ken, would you roll me a D6?
One.
Drizzle looks
Yay!
really happy.
I'm just waiting.
I know. You see 2 paramilitary guys from before. They look just like from before. They're wearing light body armor. They have their little Uzi things. As they're running down, they're covered in dirt, and looks like they've been through it. Perhaps they were outside. As the first dude comes down, he's looking over his shoulder back towards the second. And you hear him shouting because he has his visor up. He says, "I don't think there are any more. Haven't seen any. Seen any of them." As he turns and skids to a halt. Katrina, will you roll me a d6 and tell me if it's a 1?
It's not a 1.
Not a 1. Is it a 6?
It is a 6.
Haha. As he skids to a halt, almost falling down, but doesn't. Oh shit, they're here! As he raises his Uzi and sprays you guys with fire. His friend
I'm going
behind him,
to
you hear shink shink.
Cunning.
Oh. You do.
Let me.
So if you spend cunning, then you either go at the same time or you interrupt the bad guy's action. And then you get a second turn.
So I'm going to, as they're coming down the stairs and stuff, because I was helping So I will also bid Novus file, which is my trait, where I get a bonus with Terra's Nova people because of helping.
Uh-huh.
So as they come down, I'm like, glad you guys are safe. Is there a bunker or shelter in the bottom of this building?
Oh God, he's a Novus file.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. As you do that, the guy points his Uzi thing, his SMB, we'll call it, at you, Skip, but doesn't pull the trigger. Huh? His friend bumps into him. Both have their SMBs pointed at you guys.
That storm is
Who are you?
bad.
Drop your weapons.
Don't have any weapons out. That storm is getting bad. I was helping getting civilians in. Do you know if there's a bunker or something in this building that can keep us safe?
As you see the woman behind him, who is very blonde and has a dimpled chin and is wearing apparently a business suit.
Oh.
Says, "Oh, you idiot," and slaps him on the back of the head. These are Axel's men. Duh. Oh yeah, of course. It's down. It's down the stairs. Where were you all? Where are the insurgents?
We were helping with Asterix. Is he safe? Do you know?
They look at each other. The woman turns. Well, we haven't heard from him. Our comms are down.
Let's get downstairs. So you know there's a safe bunker down there?
They look at each other again. It should be safe.
Hey. Do you want... I can go and check. Silas, do you want to come with me or you want to stay up here with our
I'm
friend?
gonna stay up here.
Silas, you note that the woman has a little lapel name. It says Meg. And the dude has a lapel on his name is Gof.
Like with a PH or an F.
Ooh, I have one F.
Okay.
And an umlaut over the O.
Oh,
I can't type that into my thing.
Where are the others?
I don't know. It is a mess out there, and we just had to take shelter.
As Gof walks down, you know, they are not pointing their weapons at you all anymore. And stops, points his weapon at Vesper. What is that thing? Is that a clad?
I take my foot to block where he's pointing, and I just say, he's one of our men, and he's down.
You all share a confused look. He nods, lowers his weapon. Well, we took care of a few of la resistance upstairs, and a few of them were running to the factory. You know, they were getting away. When the shit hit the fan, those damnable pirates attacked our city.
So I will go ahead and start heading down to check out the basement.
Okay. Skip breaks off from the group, so now we have lots and lots of different scenes. Silas, what are you doing?
I'm going to turn to Mag and ask, is there some sort of computer in this area at all?
Oh yeah, there's computers everywhere.
I'm going to need you to show me one.
Okay. As she walks up, to where the little office would be, and opens it up. It's just right over there. I mean, we're a colony, but we're not in the Dark Ages, right? Ha.
I wouldn't be so sure right now, and I gesture outside.
She turns. Oh. Well, we've been through it before. Maybe not without a shield. Except a long time ago.
What is a storm like this even like? Like, what are we expecting?
Well, normally there's the shield's up and it's just, kind of scary, and it powers all of our generators. Usually someone will fix the shield if something happens, but minor infractions. I mean, lights go out here and there. I think I've seen a plasma strike once or twice. With a shield down there, I mean, I don't know. We don't go outside during these things.
You
Not
said
outside
there
the
was a
city.
time like years ago.
Whoa, wait,
Where
what? Long
the-
ago, before I was born. Long ago.
Oh,
When the colony was being set up. We've been here for like 1,000 years or something.
do you have any idea what happened then?
Goph and Mag look at each other. I mean, the stories say that Confucius's ancestors, came down, and they were bigger people at that time, and they could call the storm. They would ride the lightning and all sorts of stuff. We've just forgotten how to do it.
All right. Amazing. I'm gonna go
So-
use this computer now.
So as you walk into the room and you see the equivalent of a CRT in the future. So it's like there's like a screen with a keyboard, no holographics, no touch, anything.
Mhm.
It might have a voice activation and perhaps a very rudimentary RI.
Cool. Does it have a USB port?
Well, this is not the SSA, so they're not fucking communists and use USB-C. Instead,
Firewire.
it'll be FireWire.
Oh my god.
It'll be
Firewire 800.
good old USB 3.0.
Amazing. So I'm gonna go over to it and plug my hacking tool into it.
Your
Hope
hacking
that
tool
there's
uses
some-
USB.
Yeah, I need to show you a
Hold on.
picture of the one that I have in mind, because there is an actual hacking tool that I've wanted for forever
Oh,
that
cool.
like I'm imagining, and it has like a USB-C and a USB-A on it. So
Yep.
in my head
As
that
you-
made sense.
Plug that in. No, it makes sense. Fine. You plug that in.
Okay. I'm gonna hope this has an internet connection, and I'm gonna try to find where the fuck Vesper is.
Okay. What do you bid to do this?
I'm gonna bid. Hello. Can I bid my hacking tools to use my hacking
Yeah.
tools?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
As you start the process, a bunch of code pops up. You get past the firewalls and all these things, and you start searching the colonial web. Skip. As you're going down the stairs, there's a smell of smoke, faint in the air. What are you doing?
Does my bit of orphanage still? Because I'm looking for the bunker basically.
You get to the bottom of the stair. I should note, you guys don't actually smell the smoke because you have your helmets on, don't you?
I wouldn't smell
Yeah.
it anyway.
Indeed. So there'll be a little smoke in the air. Maybe your HUD says the CO2
Yeah.
is a little bit higher. There's smoke in the air, something like that.
Yeah.
As you get to the bottom,
Oh, get that good.
it's a basement, of course, and a stairwell. You see utility closets and that sort of thing, some stow space. So you're looking around, and one of the closets, you open it up. In looking around, you find a passageway that can open up. Having bid orphanage, there's only so many places.
Yeah.
someone can hide this. If you know where to look, then you can find it.
Okay.
And in fact, we'll say it's not particularly hidden. It's just out of the way.
Right. All right.
As you
so-
open up that door, you see there's a small bunker. Could probably fit 20 people. There's some crates, 2 or 3 crates, probably foodstuffs next to them. It literally says H2O. A couple med kits, and it leads off into a tunnel. You see that there's a small doorway with no window or anything. If you open that up, it is the tunnels as I described for Cherokee and Katrina.
I'm going to head back upstairs, and I'll walk up and just into the first room. Like, I found the bunker, and off of the bunker is a tunnel system. So we can either hunker down, or do you guys know where the tunnels lead from down there? And I'll look at Mag and Goff.
What do you bid?
I will bid heroic.
Mag and Goff are looking at Silas like he is a hero. Just guffawing. Goff is guffawing. Oh my God, I didn't know you had access to. Could we access that? As Maxx says, I don't think so. I don't think we're allowed. And they're just marveling at Silas's expertise. Oh, they must be pretty high up. But they're talking loud enough to where you guys can hear it. As they turn, Goff comes up to you, Skip. I'm sorry, sir. He looks at your insignia. Private? First class? Is that what you are, sir?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. We didn't know who you were.
It's all right. We just got to get these men to safety, and maybe if we can use those tunnels to get out of here.
Oh, yeah, of course you can use the tunnels. We're not really supposed to use them, though. I mean, you all can use them, but we're not really supposed to use them. I mean,
Well,
they're really only for emergencies and, for, well, our Lord and Savior Confucius when he's going to and fro and doesn't want to be seen, by the masses and such. And, well, I mean...
we'll, so you guys can hole up in the bunker and be safe, and we'll take our friends through the passages.
We have orders to kill all of La Resistance on sight.
Well, then so you're going back out into the storm?
They kind of look at each other. I guess if it's all right with you, then we'll follow you.
Okay.
That sounds like the better option, I say as I'm typing on the computer.
And so
Silas, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm going to again pick up Dole like I had him before, and start.
He groans.
Do we need to wait a few, Silas? We need to wait a few minutes, or you want me to go ahead and head down with Dole?
I'm working on trying to figure out wherever Vesper is, and I don't think that's going to change whether or not we carry them both down and take them into the passageway, so have at it.
Silas, as you muck about on the colonial web, you don't see any obvious signs of Vesper in any system. That he's not broadcasting if he's there. He could be hiding. He also may not be connected to the web. Is there anything particular that you're going to try to do, or a way that you're going to try to contact, or how do you go about this?
I want to look for his cache. I want to see where he has been recently before he got off the internet.
Right. as you look around, you can see Vesper sign here and there. Seems that he was talking to little deposits of Vesper. You see, he was clearly
Vesper crap.
clearly talking to someone in the factory, and someone in the mining facility.
Okay.
There were some communications that used the colonial web to go outside of it. So he was monitoring something else. Could have been talking to one of the ships. And you see something that perhaps Silas has seen, perhaps Silas has not seen. An odd signature. It doesn't quite make sense, and the reason is because the time codes are weird. It has 2 and sometimes 3 time codes at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
You can find a point of origin from these messages. So he was using it as a relay, like a proxy, if you will. You can find maybe the source within the city or around it. But yeah, it's something strange.
Okay. Can I find that, like the source of where that came from?
Well,
Then
throw down.
okay.
And we'll say your mind or your wits.
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Throwing down. This throwdown has been brought to you by acid reflux. If you eat a lot of tomato sauce, drink a lot of wine, what is it? Potato chips? What else gives you acid reflux? Spicy foods?
Cilantro.
I love
broccoli if you don't have a gallbladder.
broccoli. I think
If you don't have a gallbladder.
all of these things, acid reflux could be in your future. How did you get Hulker, how did you get acid reflux to be our sponsor?
So I first started off with an email to Acid Reflux, and that didn't really work. It kind of bounced back. Probably thought I was.
It wasn't well
spamming it
digested.
like all the other. Yeah, and so then I had more conversations, and we agreed to meet up in the middle of the night, and I said, hey, I brought up the idea, would you like to sponsor the podcast? And Acid Reflux said, absolutely not, no way. And then I got out a bottle of Tums, right? And I said, hey, let's, it'd be a shame if something happened to you, Acid Reflux, right? I shook the bottle a little more, and it it started to rethink its position, right? And I said, well, okay, I'll give you a day to think about it. I'll give you a day, 1 day, right? And Acid Reflux said, okay. Met up with Acid Reflux again the next night, of course, right? And Acid Reflux says, I don't want to sponsor this podcast. I don't think you're serious. I said, oh, really? I pulled out a pill bottle of omeprazole. Sponsor. Done.
Oh shit.
Done.
There was violence.
Yeah.
Threat of violence.
So Silas, what'd you get?
Oh, I got 3 successes.
All right.
At this point, you hear a radio message from me, Burgess over the comms. Hello, this is Private Burgess. Please notify me of any attempt to enter the ship beforehand. That's it.
Silas,
I'm
go on.
gonna look at Skip and go. He has the flame thrower, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You get a pip.
All right. Silas, with 3
Yeah.
successes, you can pinpoint where this proxy was. It was in the north of the city.
Okay.
Mer.
All right. I've gotten everything I am gonna know off of this computer, so I'm gonna unplug my hacking tool and go pick up Vesper and also take him down to the bunker.
So you guys go into the bunker. Back to Dolby. Cool Me is
Good morning.
there. She has saluted. You guys have stood for the requisite 45 minutes saluting the captain as he accepts your salute. I'll need a comm and a good shirt.
Can I make a bid for that?
Sure.
This is a bid I got from Katrina the other day. It's one of my new traits. It's called 2 is 1 and 1 is none. And I would like to bid that there are some suits that these guys could suit up in potentially.
Sure. There's a locker. You know, this is Confucius's
locker,
bunker.
yeah.
There's a locker, and Cool Me opens it up, kind of whistles as Grim goes over and he changes. When he comes out of the changing room or out of the back, he's wearing tall black boots, a charcoal pant, charcoal vest with the SSA emblazoned on it on the side, and a charcoal fedora, not fedora, what is it called? Beret. Got a fedora on. That's what they all wear. It's a big captain hat. He looks like a Nazi, basically. It's what he looks like. Yeah, as he walks out, I had to use 2 different suits because of my shoulders. He's like rolled up the pant legs.
We've got asterisk on our side. We've got to rally the troops. Any ideas?
I wanted to ask you actually.
Yeah.
I've been in the dark for quite some time. Are you saying that my men and women and everyone else, are you saying that they haven't been loyal to the SSA?
Maybe they were lied to. I don't know.
It's
But
no
we
excuse.
took care of Axel, who I believe was the head of the military, as well as Confucius.
Do you mean you put down Lieutenant Commander Axel?
Yeah, after he said that the SSA had brainwashed us, we decided
I don't
to
believe Axel would have said that.
Well, you can look at my record. Can I spend a pip that I can call that, like, my suit records things? Or no?
Huh. I think that's in the line of, You mean your suit records everything like a body cam?
Yeah, just every cam. It's just a body cam. Like, we have body cams that are.
Yeah, sure.
And that.
Okay,
that-
actually, I was gonna say that might you could tie it in to how Alfred, like part of how Alfred was able to get that information, that video of him cutting.
I like that.
What's your name in half?
I like that. Absolutely. So you all have body cams on your suits. They can't be turned off.
Yeah, it's a part of the HUD.
And Katrina, you get a narrative point for that. That's really cool. So all of you get a trait body cam, it would be on your armor. So your armor has that trait, which means that the extra die type goes up.
So if my body armor gets that trait, it'll turn my armor into, because I've upgraded it several times, it'll turn it up into special. It's already maxed out, upgraded.
Yeah.
with the
So it'll
D12.
be a relic, is what
It's a
it'll be.
relic. Okay.
Yeah. So you can't add anything else to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a relic, so you can bid it as a relic, and it means if other people put it on, they can actually get those traits as well. This is Dolby's armor.
Yeah, Dolby's armor. So I like playback clip number 72 this time. Playback
I
clip.
don't believe it.
Axel.
I can't believe it. Traitors. You
Well,
did the right
that's why
thing,
you're in here.
Lieutenant.
I
He
mean,
looks over at Lieutenant Coolme, or Lieutenant Commander Coolme. Why aren't you in uniform, soldier? He looks back at you. Why isn't she in uniform?
I thought she got it. She put on a uniform.
Oh, the black?
Yeah, the black. Beatrice, I thought she put on a uniform when he went off to change.
Where's her insignia?
I just had to promote her because she was loyal to the SSA. I actually met her. It's a funny story. We met and it was
All right. I need a proper chain of command. You are PMC Marines, yes?
I am a PMC Marine, sir.
What's your team
Lieutenant,
like?
First Lieutenant Dolby. My team are pretty loosey-goosey, but when it comes to getting the job done, they are loyal. And
What's the compliment?
We have a complement of 8.
8.
I believe.
So about a platoon. Any netics?
We have conscripted a netic off a pirate vessel that we boarded.
Pirate vessel.
Long story. We've been out in space for a while.
Takes a
they
long
tried
time
to
to get here.
They tried to set up an ambush, and we decided that they didn't need to be alive anymore and conscripted.
That's because you're Marines.
Yes, sir. Hooah.
Who's the commanding officer?
I'm the commanding officer, sir.
Next in command?
That would be Silas. Corporal. Is she a corporal or sergeant?
He.
Corporal?
Corporal Silas.
Yeah, corporal.
Interesting. So you've had some losses, I take it.
Well, we have had a few losses, yes. Our second in command died while in the line of duty.
It's understandable. It's understandable. Lieutenant Commander, as he looks over at Coolme and starts giving her orders, I need to get in touch with the Defiant and be on board as soon as possible. You see, he turns away from her, looking back at you. Dolby, you see Coolme's face kind of tense up a little bit, but she doesn't say anything. He looks at you. Lieutenant, walk with me. And he
Yes, sir.
struts out towards where you guys came, which would be the ship. The room with the ship in it.
He mentioned her. Apologies, sir. I have to update that information. You will need to contact Moriarty yourself. We believe that her ship has been compromised.
Her ship. Interesting. I'm sorry, what? Compromised.
Compromised. She fired on the city, which it's a long story, but part of the reason we are infiltrated the base is to rescue you and Confucius regime, but we believe that she may have been turned in the same way with Axel, but we have not had that communication, so we do not know.
I could believe, because of the evidence you brought, that John Axel said what he did. And in the moment, Lieutenant, I think you did the right thing. What anyone would have done. However, to think that Commander Jade Moriarta, he just kind of trails off for a second. The only reason she would fire on the city is if she thought that the Clad or the rebels had taken complete control of the mining.
One of the things in the last 5 years that you don't understand is that this planet has been taken over by the Clad, and so we are in the center of a Clad civil war, where the Clad obtains all of our ore, and I believe that it's possible that they control the mining as well, but there's a battle between them.
We can't have that.
Indeed, sir.
If the Clad have taken over the mining facility, there are tactical nuclear weapons implanted in the surface. We might have to detonate them. This is absolutely a last-ditch effort.
Absolutely. I understand that. We have access to 2 nuclear weapons.
Good. Do you have a ship? Obviously.
Our ship was grounded and the convincing firefight between Moriarta and ourselves. But I believe
Seems just shaking his head.
Yeah, no, I understand this is confusing. I believe that she may not have been compromised and believes that she could be operating. But again, Axel, her commanding officer, was on my docket, as I can show you. As
a lot's changed. If Lieutenant Commander Axel was in charge of Commander Moriarta, a lot's changed since I've been away. But I need to stop thinking that things are as they were.
Indeed, I have been on this planet for 2 days now, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but everything was wrong on the planet, and we need to unfuck it, sir.
Unfuck, yes. Do you have more of those muscle relaxers?
Yes, sir. Here you go.
All right, mark off another one.
I got you.
As Grim needs his fix. He stabs himself in the pec.
I also have at your disposal, I have a Johnny 25. You probably don't know what it is, but it is a mech that can be controlled by robotic intelligence. It has
I don't trust our eyes.
I don't either, sir. I think part of the reason why we're in this mess is because of robotic intelligence, but that's just between you and I, sir.
Well, that was part of the entire mission, you know. I'm sure you were briefed on all this.
I was not briefed on any robotic intelligence, just Clad operatives.
As you all are walking to the ship, he's looking at the ship and just kind of shaking his head. It looks like at first, Grim is.
Oh, hold on one sec,
judging.
Sir. Burgess, please do not set us on fire as we are entering the room where the ship is.
Burgess does not respond.
Burgess, I need you to stand down.
Are you entering the ship?
Yeah, we're entering the area with the ship, sir. Or Burgess, private.
Okay. All right. I won't set you on fire. Come on in.
Thanks.
You hear this?
Yes, sir.
As he's walking around the ship. At first, it looks like he's judging maybe the trim or the decals on the ship and such.
It's opulent.
But then you realize something else.
It's opulent communist waste.
I don't understand why. He just kind of trails off. You can bid or throw down if you want to figure out what it is, how his mind is. But
there's a sticker that says, "If this ship's a rockin'."
I'm coming on. I'll throw down.
Do it.
That is one success.
With one success, you realize the places he's looking are all tactical. it's pretty clear he's looking to see how the ship is armored and armed.
I believe a good assessment, sir. We should take this ship. I think because the storm is happening in this moment, electrical storm, the dome has been compromised, that we
He
should...
quickly turns, the dome has been compromised?
Yes, the dome has been compromised.
How compromised? He looks at Cool Me, who kind of shakes her head that she doesn't know.
There was a pretty substantial... I'm not sure that
We need to find out.
Extent.
We need to find that out. But first,
Yes,
we
sir.
have some business. So you're aware. He kind of thinks for a second. Come with me. He goes on the ship. Where are you, Burgess?
If he's opened the door, I would have been. So I would have been. I was essentially standing at the entrance, and the goal was if anyone opens the door that hadn't signaled me
You're gonna
first,
burn.
I was going to set them on fire.
'Kay.
Right, no questions
So-
asked.
So you see this 4'11", incredibly wide-shouldered dude in all black goose steppy boots, black beret, etc., with SSA tags or insignia. Step on. He's grizzled, sort of has an American Indian look to him, and very strong. Something's up with it. He has muscles where he shouldn't.
I stand up because I've been ordered by my lieutenant to stand down. I'm not gonna try and set him on fire. Instead, I'm gonna stand up and give the salute.
As you do, you get a pip as Captain Grimm gives you a curt nod and just a tiny smile. Turning, looking over his shoulder at you, Lieutenant, he says, "Good men, good men."
He's a very good man, sir.
Walking on, he'll call back to Lieutenant Comey. Lieutenant Commander, get this ship underway, please. As Comey brushes past you, Lieutenant Dolby, and goes to the cockpit. You hear the engines start turning on. Cutscene really quick. Silas and Skip Trace. Distant through the tunnels, you hear what is unmistakably the sound of thrusters turn on. Katrina and Cherokee Sue, much louder do you guys hear a ship start warming up. Out ahead of you. Back on the ship, which, Dolby, you can see the little nameplate of it. It's called... You want to write this down?
Yeah, I got it.
D33 Z NUTS.
These nuts. Clearly, Confucius had a sense of humor, sir. I do not have any kind of sense of humor.
We need to change that right now.
Yes, sir. Burgess, get on that.
You'd call the ship
Yes, sir.
Prime Directive.
Call it what?
The Prime Directive.
Sir, the password sounded like these nuts.
That is definitely what the password was. Indeed. First order of business after we get underway, or as we're on our way. Lieutenant, I am promoting you to captain.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
There is no need for a Zen of your caliber to be at such a low rank, especially on such an important mission. You will need a sergeant, Captain, underneath you to help you with the enlisted men and women under your command.
I
As
think I have
for
someone
a
in mind
lieutenant,
if it isn't Colmy. Sir.
Kulmi is part of the Naval Brigade. You'll have to find a Marine for this.
I've got one.
As for a lieutenant, it would be good to have a second lieutenant underneath you. Do you have anyone that needs to go from green to gold?
All of my soldiers have been lieutenant grade or sergeant grade.
Interesting. Well, I'll leave it to you. Sooner than later, when you have the time. Our mission was fairly simple. It was to get the ore flowing back to Prime and the SSA territory, of course. However, how this mess hall started was some RIs. Some SOC RIs, as in Special Operations Corps. For some reason, the higher-ups, I'm not talking about the military, mind you. I'm talking about the unions of Prime, officials and magistrates, thought it was a good idea to promote a number of RIs to SOC status.
Our
I understand.
had SOC status, and it was very unfortunate.
Well, that's the problem with them. They can't be trusted. No one knows who's programming them, because we know that they're not sentient. Someone's behind, under the hood. There's some intelligence there, but it's certainly not robotic.
I did.
Do you get me?
I do get you, and I agree. I gave orders, or we believe that we found one of the culprits in charge and gave their information to the base on Uranus Station.
You
We're
kind of-
making headway on this, sir.
So, have you heard of Rear Admiral Joseph Kiplix?
Yes, I have. I believe they were a double agent who was killed in action.
He arcs an eyebrow. I'm glad they sent someone as astute and resourceful as you and your team. As you can see, Dolby, that he didn't think that you would know that. Part of our main objective was to find out the whereabouts of Kiplix. We don't believe he's actually KIA. Now, this information was given to us by an RI named Susan. I don't know if you guys want to write that down or not.
Gotcha.
I should.
All right, Susan.
This particular RI claimed a great many things about our proximal colonies, that in fact they'd been overrun, including the Sol system, that the Clad had inculcated themselves with their smart machines. They call them, you see him almost like upchuck a little bit, like he's got some acid reflux. They call them Tia. But as we all know, there's no such thing as artificial intelligence, right?
No, absolutely not, sir.
Well, moments after we landed here, not too long after, I should say, all hell broke loose. You can figure out the rest. The point is, Moriarty has the same mission objectives as I do. Trusting no one. You don't know who is who. Unless something's changed, she's still trying to find out, one, where Admiral Joseph Kiblix is. And 2, if these RI can be trusted. How far does the rabbit hole go?
We've experienced mutiny on the capital ship that was in orbit, so we believe that because of how long you have been on this planet, that they have infiltrated your ranks. So Moriarta, even if she is loyal to the SSA, may be in danger.
It was a mutiny on the Defiant?
One of the capital ships. We were in communication as we entered Novus Terra space.
Was it Colonial?
It was a Colonial, or it was one of
nods.
the original ships.
They have no discipline.
Yeah. Well, we took care of them, sir.
He kind of smiles. Kulmi reports back from the cockpit. She says, "It'll just be about 15 minutes, sir, before the engines are warm."
Do you mind if I message my people?
The captain gives you a nod, and he goes to the cockpit to survey things. All right, action's on you, and then we're going to move around.
All right. I'm going to do open channels to everyone but Katrina. We have conscripted the ship and the bunker underneath. It's underneath the statue, or where Confucius
it's close
was.
to it.
Yeah, close to the statue. Where I'm going to drop a beacon of our location. Please converge on our position. You have 15 minutes, or you'll get left behind.
It's actually underneath the Capitol, is where it is.
Underneath the Capitol.
Yeah.
Please notify me if you need assistance. That is all.
All right. Flipping to Katrina and Cherokee. Cherokee, you and Katrina are talking as you, Cherokee, get this broadcast. Katrina, you do not get the broadcast. Action's on you guys.
So Katrina, we've got 15 minutes to get a ride or we're stuck. So are you with us?
I am following you right now.
All right, cool. So the smoke smell, or the smoke sensor was the ship warming up, is what it's sounding like. So maybe we just go down the right tunnel like you suggested. After you.
As you guys head down that way,
So
Katrina,
a fun little, something that I thought would be a fun little detail, about the smoke smell, because I'm obviously wearing my full suit with the helmet on and such.
Mhm.
But I thought it'd be cool if I'd routed my external suit sensors to basically not give me the smell of stuff outside me, but kind of link up with the netic aspect and sort of tingle the parts of my brain that process those smells. So I can
see.
smell things, but not actually smell them, if that makes sense.
As in, you don't actually have to inhale them.
Yeah.
Right.
It just goes directly to the brain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Digitally
You can smell it without
experiencing the
it.
smell.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Go ahead and bid for that.
Okay. So do you want me to? I guess that would be what would that be a trade on myself or a trade on the suit?
Either one.
Probably a trade on myself, I think. But
are you gonna
so I'll bid. I will call it
Extra tasty, crispy.
synthetic smells.
Yeah. As you smell the smoke, it doesn't smell like exhaust. It smells like char.
It
As you guys
doesn't-
move-
I don't.
Go on.
I'll say that I'm not sure. I mean, that looks like the right direction, but I'm not sure that's an engine warming up.
Katrina, in your HUD, you can see roughly where you are on the map. There's no beacons, but you can kind of guess. You just made the turn. To get to this bunker, it's not too far. In 15 minutes, you'll be cutting it a little bit close at the current pace you're going, but you can make it.
Do can you bear call faster than that?
I mean, yeah, I just don't want to burn a bunch of energy. So I'm just gonna like stand up and like do like a weird like walkie slouch thing
All
to
right,
just
what do you bid?
pick the pace up a bit. I'm technically gonna bid. Can you give me my sheet? I didn't realize it was all the way the hell over there. So I'm gonna bid bulky.
Yeah.
Just kind of like knowing that I'm like I can't stand up straight in the most places, so I'm just like I know how to do this.
You know how to move around. As you guys start picking up the pace, and you finally get to this completely charred door. The door is shut, but it's charred all the way around it. Completely black. The paint is like peeled off. Looks like you could easily kick it open.
Okay,
The
so
whole
just
hallway
burn.
behind Jazzi Cabbage is completely clean because he's covered in cobwebs and
Skip, you'll get a narrative point for that. It's good.
Just like wiping cobwebs off of my helmet. So good. So
All the light fixtures are like, well, wow.
I like get hung up in a couple on the way.
That's hilarious.
Jesus.
All right, we
Out
got
of your hair.
So Katrina, I'm a little bit twigged out by this. This fire burned really hot.
Probably. I mean,
Well, what I mean by that is typically if a fire is burning super hot, it's on purpose.
yeah. I mean, it's possible. Either way, we can worry about it later. Because
So you wanna go through that door?
unless we're blocked, I mean, we kind of don't have a choice, do we? Because I don't know if we
Yeah, I
can get
guess,
to where
but-
you want to go in 15 minutes if we don't.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I guess that's a fair point. We got to get to the ride. So basically, you're saying that based on what your estimate on the map, this is the quickest way to get where we're trying to go.
well, unless we go back up top. But yeah, I can't.
There are ways here and there to get up, and there are some side vestibules here and there, but they look very tiny, almost like storage type things.
Sure.
Think of like the Ninja Turtles. Every so often there is a way up.
Yeah, I'm just worried about that storm. We need to get as close as we can. And it sounds like, well, based on the information, they're underground anyway, so we may not have to go to the surface. I'm just saying, whatever the situation ahead might be potentially dangerous, just be ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. It's all good. Let's do it, I guess.
Are you
All
going
right,
to
who
open the
gets through that
creepy door, or
door?
do you want me to kick it open?
Ladies first, I guess. I'll do it. And Katrina, does it look like it like can I open it fairly easily or?
So it looks like the door opens in, as in like into the tunnel itself. There is a locking mechanism, but the whole door itself is charred, so you could probably break it down. If you try it, it is locked.
Well, what Katrina will do, she'll actually sort of back up from the door like a good 4 or 5 feet, and launch, and I'll bid my harpoons to basically harpoon into the door and yank it off.
All right. So go ahead and describe this to Jazzi and everybody.
So you'll see Katrina kind of she'll like I said, she'll back up from the door about 4 or 5 feet. She'll launch one harpoon from her right side into the door, and then the harpoon on her left side into the ground behind her, and sort of use the harpoon as like a winch to pull the door open.
I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess.
As this happens, choo, choo, and you rip the door off. It comes off in like 2 chunks, just crumbles. As you see, Jazzi, or I should say, Cherokee, you see one of the pieces fall at your feet. It is a piece of some form of metal, steel, that's been burned so hot it's become crispy and has fallen like shattered. What could burn this hot is you look in the room and you see this busted up and in rubble, now char, of what was a huge desk. And there's all these skeletons with fried flesh. Katrina, this is the bunker where Confucius was.
Wait.
Beyond that, you see it's charred up, but there are some items at the far end of it. Looks like a little, in glass cases, a little menagerie of different things.
Did it look like this when I left?
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
it was hotter and more smoky.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
And burning.
Oh, I see. So
Oh,
this
Burgess's Argon flamethrower.
Yeah.
I forgot he
This
fucked
is-
this place
yeah,
up.
this is the flamethrower.
Okay.
Well, at least now we know.
Yeah.
At least
I
now we
was
know
turned
where.
around
At
directionally.
least now we know another way that the bunker led out. From the or another entrance to the bunker.
You
That's
hear to the
rude.
left the intense whirring of an engine heating up.
Toot
Let's
scoot.
follow that. I
go.
think.
Absolutely.
As you guys bypass this
settle our
room and
differences
head off to
later.
the left. Moments later, we montage you to this sleek boat of a ship. It looks like one of those scooters, just elongated for 8-ish people. The door is up, and you'll see standing in the door, Burgess. You guys are there.
Oh, what's up, Smooth Brain? And I'm like gonna have a high five out for Burgess.
Burgess, you see Katrina and Cherokee walk through the door. As we go back to Silas and Skip Trace, you guys are in a tunnel. You hear distant boom, 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 boom. Off to the left, you hear those voices. Sounds like a lot of voices.
We need to go towards the ship, man.
Yeah, you good carrying Vesper?
Yeah.
There, I will look
you
at.
good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'll look at Mag and Goff and be like, "Oh, we just got orders. You guys probably need to stay here in the bunker where it's
Yeah.
safe."
Wait, hey,
Yeah,
Skip, how tall are you, by the way?
I'm not like five. I'm like 5'8", 5'10", somewhere in there.
You just
I'm not-
asked a dude that's like several inches taller than you if he was good to carry. Silas is 6'2".
Right,
I mean,
but
you never
you're
know.
also in a tunnel.
Are you
that's
good?
6 feet. Yeah, but you're also in a tunnel that's 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
So you gotta crouch and you gotta body.
I'm already gonna be doing that with a guy over my shoulder.
Right.
Fair, fair, fair.
Well, because you're a moon, aren't you a moon person too? Aren't you
Yes.
skinnier? So, like, I'm a stocky. I'm like a Chad. I'm a stocky.
My entire arm rolls all the way around Vesper and touches itself.
Uh,
Lanky legs.
Well, my original plan was I was gonna make Mag and Goff carry them, so then that way, they were occupied in case we needed to kill them.
I'm not too hot on the idea of one of them carrying Vesper, given
Well,
how
But
Fragile.
fragile he is, and also how controversially they reacted to seeing him.
yeah,
I'm not so
You guys
sure
come
Goff
to a-
won't try to poke his insides.
You guys are in the tunnel, yes?
yes.
Yeah.
And
As you start off into the tunnel, quickly, you all will get to a T section. Off to the left are voices. To the right, the tunnel just leads on. Through the light, you can see the tunnel will go all the way down. This is assuming you're turning right. You see the tunnel go a pretty good ways, and then it makes a left turn. There's so it'll end at a left turn. I mean, you're like in a little, hey, what's
Yeah.
up? It's kind of hard to see down. Looks like maybe there's a few ways to go, but if you were to go all the way to the terminus, it would go left. Important note, you can bid or throw down to note.
I will bid tactical.
I'm gonna bid Weathered Soldier.
Both of you note just kind of your whereabouts. If you go right, you're going east. You'll likely, that distance, since you both have seen it, Silas by Overwatch, Skip because you were down there, it's long enough to get you almost to the statue. You'll also note, so since you both bid, that tunnel past the halfway point. So it looks like there's a way to go right. Past that, all the way to the terminus where it turns left, is very, very clean. There's no cobwebs in it. It's like someone came in and only cleaned that way.
Well, that way looks like it's been used very well, so it must be the way we're going.
Hey, you lead the way. I'll be right behind you.
Skip, and so Silas, you start off. Skip, you notice though, as you guys are maybe 20 feet in, 30 feet in, maybe you look over your shoulder and you see Goff and Mag, as they've apparently gotten curious, and they're looking. Oh, you all going that way?
Yes.
You see Mag listening. I think I found more of Lights on Stalls! As they're pointing to the left. Go ahead. We're going to head this way and kill some of the resistance. And they turn and start running off to the left.
Good riddance, I guess.
I'm.
That's really not a now problem. I'm going to continue on the corridor.
Oh.
We have almost dead men.
All right, both of you make sanity rolls. Ha ha.
Yeah.
The threshold for you all would be 2, but Silas makes a good point. You have bigger fish to fry. So it'd be threshold of 1. Ergo, you need 2 or more successes for a clean success, or else you got to figure out why. Nice.
At 3.
All right, so you get a narrative point, Silas, since you beat it by 2. Remember, you can only have 5 narrative points, so you can spend it now if you got to 5 already. Change the narrative. All right, as they run down, you guys keep on going. How is it you two are cool with letting them doing whatever they're doing?
It is.
I'm obsessed with keeping my men safe.
Yep.
Up until the point where they've died, it's my main goal other than the main mission. So I'm pretty one track minded about it.
Skip.
That's it. It is war. I'm getting my guys in, and they, to be honest, don't seem that capable. So, to be honest, if they're heading to a lot of voices, they're probably going to die before the many of the La Resistance will over there.
All right. As you guys make your way, you're cutting it close. With 15 minutes, you're cutting it close. As you round the corner, still, God, it's so damn clean. Going down, hut, 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 hut. You might hear the sound of metal clanging on the floor out ahead. As you keep on moving, you come up to this burned door that's all been pulled down and such. And you can hear the engine. And just as you step into this room that is burned, you note all the things I mentioned. Silas, you had not seen this before. Skip, of course, you were here for it. The bodies and whatnot, a few of them are in SSA gear. One of them is in a lieutenant commander's P&B outfit, so Naval Brigade. Fairly high ranking. At the end, or the other side of this room that hasn't been burned, is a glass cage or glass case that has several unique items in it. Looks like a couple are missing, but beyond that hasn't been really messed with. This sort of menagerie. So you note that. And that's when you hear, echoing down the hallway, the sound of gunfire. Let's decide what happens there. Fate roll. Who's fortune? Who's false fortune?
I'll be false fortune.
Okay.
I shall be fortune.
All right, here are the stakes. False fortune. Those paramilitary Confucius people find a little cadre of La Resistance who are hiding in their bunker to avoid the storm and indentured servitude in the mines, which is where they get their miners, if you didn't put it together. And they wholesale kill them. Fortune. Goff and Mag get in there. They start waving around their guns, and they get jumped. And La Resistance! Viva La Resistance! All right, let's roll it.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Who's who?
I'm fortune.
I got lower than 50.
So did I. I got a 22.
I got a 22.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
All right. So this rarely happens.
Has this ever
as you
happened
are aware.
before?
You can't say.
I remember it one time ever happening. Once. In
Yeah,
all the
22.
fate rolls. Okay, so limbo on a fate roll is a special thing. Because obviously it doesn't happen. It's like 1 in, what is it? 1,000? No, 1 in 10,000, I think. Is that right?
I
Something
don't know.
like
We
that.
could do the math.
Anyway, it's in the book. Who wants to open up the book?
Which you can purchase online at DreadLore.com.
It's 1 in
Yeah, you
10,000.
guys-
We just did a 1 in 10,000.
1 in 10,000 roll. Okay.
I can take
So-
a photo of it. As proof.
Yeah, take a photo of it.
1 in 10,000.
22. It's a good year. Trying to decide if I want to take this antibiotic or not. Okay.
I would do it before you go to bed.
Yeah. Fate.
It
Sleep
just
off the
works.
weird side effects, my G.
It's not about side effects. I mean, you're supposed to. It's just like it gets old, it loses efficacy. Oh no, you disappeared.
I did.
Burgess
No, Hulk.
disappeared. No, he's
He's right
now
there.
he's back.
Oh,
1 in 10,000.
Oh, is
That's
it
pretty
one?
amazing.
did I just? It is.
That is exceptional. Does that
So
mean?
talk amongst
everybody-
yourself.
Does that
So
mean we
everybody in
all?
the room dies.
Yeah, right.
The Mag and Goff and all the resistance. They all die.
Everybody, we win. That's what it means.
What if it means that they clip off a few of the resistance and then they inevitably get killed?
Yeah, and they also get
Hmm.
clipped off. Multiple clippings.
I
Or
like
we
that.
could spend a proficiency.
So,
reroll.
before rolling, the arbiter dictates the stakes of the result. What happens if fortune wins? What happens if false fortune wins? What happens if they go to limbo? So, I did not do that. Both rolls, ROLES. Nice. Throw down their blah, 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 blah. The decision goes to limbo. Okay. So, if it goes to limbo, according to the book, you automatically re-roll, and the decision has to have a concrete outcome. Meaning, whatever you roll on the next thing, there's no proficiencies at all that can be spent. It has to be whatever's
Dang.
rolled next.
Harsh.
So, since that's the case, we need a good, solid limbo. And I liked your guys' idea. Well, so what we're going to say is this. We'll do fortune, false fortune again. We need to just juice it up. So both sides are going to get injured. We'll say Mag and Goff get injured. One of them will likely die. That's going to be the limbo. A few of the La Resistance die as well. Let's juice this up. What else can be there? Okay. False fortune. If false fortune wins, there was a couple members of the Clad down there too. Which means that the Clad think that you're attacking on them. Or attacking
Okay.
them. That's false fortune.
Ooh, that's bad.
By
If
proxy,
it's
essentially.
fortune, then that means, what would be in your all's favor?
That
We'll
we
say
were
that,
taking the clad
go on.
from the I feel like there's got to be a way that
Somebody needs to be down there that should to see that we helped.
yeah,
If we did.
Yeah, Gostrom
know.
could be there and be like, those guys aren't so
Like a
bad.
witness,
or
yeah.
or like a witness for Gostrom, like, they took out some people, so maybe Gostrom will be more sympathetic to us.
somehow they survive. If you make fortune, I mean, somehow.
So
one of them has to
Gostrom
survive.
won't be impressed by killing people though.
Yeah, but they'll be impressed that we killed other people. I guess you're right. I mean, when you're a pacifist, any killing is bad.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Do it. False fortune, it's pretty obvious. Some of the Clad are down
Gostrom
there.
doesn't
They get
find
attacked.
out about all the killing that we did and doesn't blame us for it.
How does that have to do with these two going down to this thing?
I don't
That's
know.
just
Maybe
a
it's a
random.
representative. Maybe that's who died. Like the representative that knew that we were the responsible, and they were gonna communicate that back to him.
That you were
Ooh.
responsible for what?
I don't know. Part of the violence. Maybe not all the violence. Maybe not. Maybe that's too much of a stretch.
So you're saying that somebody that could report us for how the situation played out would have been in the crossfire.
I'll tell you what it'll be. Fortune will be that Goff and Mag roll into this
I'm sorry.
bunker. And instead of killing La Resistance and civilians, and potentially a couple Clad people that are there to help, which is false fortune, they end up scurrying in and opening fire before they see what they're doing. and it's actually other paramilitary. So they end
Okay.
up killing themselves, and it all goes dark, and it's this firefight between the same team, and they just don't know it.
A number of friendly fire. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Roll.
Roll the dice.
Roll it.
It's worse. It's worse. You better roll
Roll
high.
that beautiful beam footage.
Okay.
I didn't.
I said roll that beautiful beam footage.
16.
Nope.
Oh no.
False fortune wins by a lot. I got 64, baby.
As. Cutscene to Goff and Mag high-fiving as they lay down. La resistance! A couple of the leaders. We'll say that one of them, Skip Trace, is the woman you saw.
Oh, okay.
Who's like
from the-
running up the stairs. She's like, good, in her back. And she like pulls herself up the stairs and she lives, but she's all like screwed up, you know? Meanwhile, the horror sounds down below. And there's a couple clad who look up in their robes with their tubules and robotic arms and stuff. And they're like, wait, as in slow-mo, sparks and stuff. Y'all don't see it, but outside the clad ship, a few seconds later, lights shoot up, light turns red instead. Wow.
Oh no.
As it
It's real
starts
bad.
lifting off the ground, the clad immediately turn and start moving very quickly back to their ship. As the ship is starting to come up, a shield goes over it.
As the clad are going down there, like error.
So for 500. Silas, you're holding on to Vesper as he starts convulsing. He looks up at you, foaming at the mouth. His eyes focus on you as he goes, clad, like that.
Awesome. So I'm gonna pull him into the room that we're walking into and set him back down on the floor.
He's flopping around.
Okay. I'm gonna turn him on his side because I'm pretty sure tech can still probably choke on their tongue.
Yep. There's like these little tubules that are like coming out of his fingers, like zing, ding, 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 as he's attempting to touch something electronic to interface with it.
Okay. I'm gonna move him away from anything electronic because at this point I'm kind of scared of what's gonna happen.
You guys in the menagerie room, or do you go to where the shuttle is?
We are going to where the shuttle is, I believe.
So you're okay.
You are all in the same spot.
I
You're all
will,
the ship. Actions on you.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing.
I'm gonna look around and count all of the people and make sure that we have everybody.
Who's at the ship?
Moi.
You only see Burgess.
Here.
I'm at the ship.
Oh,
I'll probably be heading from the pilot area to the that
Exit
place.
area.
Exit area as I hear people arriving.
So from the bow to the aft. Yeah, you'll see. You guys describe. You're in this rotund room
Is
with a small landing pad in this ship.
is
the engines
Katrina
are whirring?
bound?
No.
I would like to order my troops to bind Katrina.
You're gonna have to do it a little bit less lackadaisically than that.
Okay, and
but
I'd like
she's
to
gonna
bid
have to
for
be
it.
here for it.
Yeah, I
But
would like to bid
she'll
for
have
it.
to be here for it.
Mm.
I'm
but
going
until
to
then,
look at Cherokee
nice to see
Sue.
you.
and,
Hey guys.
I'm going to look at Cherokee Sue, look at the passageway, look back at Cherokee Sue, and say, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah, I still have like cobwebs and like places that I can't reach.
You got one in your eyelashes. It's like.
I would like to find some binding material.
Sure, can I open a window
well-
and set
Or
some
do I need
people
to
on
wait?
fire?
Yeah. So before we do the full on PvP, everybody has to be. We got to know where we are,
Yeah.
and we got to know
Yeah, let's get
what we're doing, because
get
So
even with NPCs,
I come running in with Dole on my shoulders, and I get in and I get to a bed and like the couch thing, and I start to lay him down, and I'm like, Dole, he's stabilized, but he's probably in a coma.
Burgess, help him.
He's
Yes,
got
sir.
a rod through his right side. We kind of cauterized it the best we could. Like I said, he's stable, but can't get him awake.
go on. Wait.
Oh.
But before we bid and do stuff, I just want to know where people are. So Skip has run in and dropped Dole down on the ship. Right now, Dolby is on the ship coming from the cockpit. He's in the fuselage where the cryo beds are. Or I'm sorry, in the fuselage where the big table is. The cryo beds are 2, 2, 2, and 2 in those rooms off to the side with the stripper poles. You see Skip run through, and on the sofa in this main room, put down Dole. Okay, Katrina and Cherokee are outside the ship right now. Silas is outside the ship.
Burgess. Was he just at the entrance of the?
I'm just saying in this moment, and then we're gonna say where we are. Okay?
Okay.
Right now, Silas, Cherokee, Katrina are outside the ship at the door.
Mhm.
Burgess is running in to talk to Dole, or to mess with Dole. Silas has put next to him Vesper, who's on the ground. Coolme is in the cockpit, in the pilot seat. Grim, Dolby, you will know this, has gone back to his cell, as in to go get some things and search around. He will have gotten the 2 key cards from Coolme. So that's where he is. All right. You all go around. It's completely on you how you do this stuff.
If I see Katrina, I'm gonna spend cunning.
You're in the ship. Do you see her?
As soon as she enters.
Okay.
If I see when
So
I
as
see
you
her.
see,
Yeah.
when
as
you
I
see
her.
so
So,
outside the ship,
okay,
what do you
hold
want
on.
to do?
Can I clarify some order of events stuff? Because Burgess and I interacted in the doorway before Skip Trace actually came in with the body. So
This is
essentially,
why
Katrina and
gotta
Katrina and I were standing in the door of the ship talking to Burgess. So in this case, you would have walked out and seen us in the door frame, and then Skip would have rushed in by us. So
Okay,
like this
so
whole
that is the
situation
scene then.
got clusterfuck.
That is the scene right now. So Dolby, what do? You spend cunning.
I give orders to Cherokee. Why isn't she bound?
You told me to bring her.
Yeah, bind her now. She is a hostile asset. We need her bound.
Hey, Dolby, you don't have to spend cunning to say that.
No, good.
Unless you're like actually bidding and such, you don't have
Yeah.
to do that.
So typically I'm not one to like, paddle up creek, but she came here willingly and has like a way to leave that's not this. So like
She is
here. What more
she
do you
was
want?
conscripted by the SSA, and she has made a threat upon my life. So that is a problem.
brilliant idea to give me more reason
Yeah,
to
I'm
kill
gonna
you.
I'm gonna spin cunning, and I will bind her myself.
What do you bid? And what do you use?
I don't know. I presume. Can I spend a narrative point that there's some binding material on my
Can
the
I
ship?
spin a
Okay.
can I
Go
spin
ahead.
a narrative
Yeah, I mean,
point?
yeah, you can spend a narrative point to say that. I mean, we'll say there's some handcuffs, but they'll have like furry stuff on them, and they're pink.
Yeah, pretty handcuffs.
That's
You
what I
know,
was
this is a
gonna
freaky
ask.
ship. There's a bunch as you
That's
open up a
fucking
drawer. There's a bunch of
hilarious.
lube too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lube. different.
Some
Yeah.
home videos, VHS.
I need to understand what is taking place, and there's been a lot of suspicious activities that you've made, and so I need to know whose side you were on as I get closer. I saved your life, Katrina. I didn't
You saved my
start
life
this.
from a situation you
I
created.
saved your life. Skip did. Skip started all of this, and it played out the way it played out. So I told you to talk to Confucius. I told you to make your statement for the Telmar system, and you didn't. You stood back, and then you blame me for it. No, this is on you, buddy.
You mean me, who was already in the process of trying to negotiate with these people, and then you go basically make a war proclamation before I could
You
even
had
do
all
anything?
the
Okay.
opportunity in the world, soldier. Even after
I'm
you
not a
found out
soldier.
that
I'm a
Telmar,
mercenary.
you were a soldier when you piloted our ship. You were conscripted into the SSA, as any soldier has. And I recommend that we continue
Actually,
this.
Will, real quick, before we continue this conversation, can we go ahead and do that fate roll?
Yes. The fate roll. Sorry, I just blipped out.
Oh, fair
Everybody
enough.
stalled, and I was like, "What happened?" Yes.
I saw
Sorry.
your drone
What is the
hover by
what is the
mute
fate roll
button.
for?
For basically whether or not Katrina's a citizen or not.
Oh yes, thank you. For
Oh,
reminding me.
yeah, I
You
forgot
get a
about that.
freaking tip for that. Jesus.
And I feel like
forgot.
that's relevant to the conversation a little
That
bit.
is relevant. That is relevant. All right. Fate roll. Is Katrina a citizen? Make this more complicated. I'm gonna say Katrina and Dolby don't get to roll on this one.
That's fair.
I'll roll false.
All right. And who's doing fortune?
I'll do fortune.
Here are the stakes. Pretty obvious. Since Katrina's calling for it, fortune is Katrina is a citizen. However, we know why. Her family bought it, but that does not diminish it. Okay? I mean, not officially. It doesn't diminish it. But she would actually be a citizen then, and have all,
What's up,
the
Gabe?
rights therein. That's fortune. False fortune. She is not officially a citizen. However, she is a Telmus and is an asset, as Dolby has said. So Dolby is right. She is an asset. She's just not a citizen. So, if it's limbo, holy shit. If it's limbo, it's going to be somewhat bad for everyone. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and I will think of it.
Okay.
Roll. Maybe somewhat good for everyone. I don't know. She's a robot. What?
She's full
Well,
medic.
I got a 1.
39.
Shit.
I got a 1.
Nice.
Now, is that a false fortune?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone's
can I-
been cunning?
Can I spend
sorry, proficiency? No, no.
proficiency? I'll spend
Yeah.
No,
a few
false
Whoa.
fortune. Wait. Oh, I see. Gotcha.
I got a
I'll
false.
spend a skullduggery proficiency on that one.
That you have the right to do that. You absolutely can.
Trying to
Reroll it.
reverse the good fortune.
Well, yeah.
He would not be the first. At least his character benefits. Sometimes
Yeah.
players are like, yeah, whatever. Proficiency to reroll. It has happened. All right, reroll it.
Okay. This
What
time
we got?
not a 1. This time I got a 58 on false fortune.
Are you fortune or false fortune? I thought I was false fortune. Oh, I'm.
No.
Oh, right. Never mind. I'm fortune. I got a 5.
Okay, so you're all
I
aware.
spend a violence proficiency.
So you're all aware. I'm using Arbiter's privy on this, which is in the book. You can do this up to 3 times. Okay? So this is
now
number 2.
per violence.
So reroll it. Otherwise, you'll just go back and forth until the cows
Ooh,
come home.
crap.
Oh no, rolled off the table.
This one is for false fortune, this is a 97.
26.
And I spend my final proficiency.
All right. Reroll it. And it's limbo.
This one's also this one for false is a 77.
38.
Oh. So, Katrina is not a citizen. Why? She was, we'll say that she was born, she's technically Martian, so she's born on Mars, but was outside of the system a whole lot. And
I'm just gonna say I want to preface. I will remember this. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I mean, this is fate rolls, dude.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It could have easily gone in in Katrina's favor in the exact same thing. So, yep, she was out and about, and we'll say that she's got that elevated status, but she knows that because she left the company and went on to make her own name, and her brother was like, "Look, you're going to be cut off." There was a point in her travels, she used her little citizenship card. It was like, "Meh, meh, meh. You're not a citizen anymore." So, and that was part of them cutting you off, is you don't get the benefits of being a part of the company if you're not a part of the company. All right. So, I mean, they don't necessarily know that. Katrina,
fair.
what are you doing? You and Dolby are going toe to toe. He's got some handcuffs that have pink fur, fuchsia fur all over him. He's holding them up, ready.
You know, okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna assume that citizenship means you can't be conscripted. Is that a fair assumption?
No. In
Okay,
times
never
of
mind.
war, there can be a draft.
Would that include
You would
a
not be the
situation like
first.
this?
If you're a citizen, you would not be the first by any. You'd be the last as a citizen. But
Katrina-
yeah, I mean, everybody's.
I guess the question I'm asking is, in a situation like what happened with me, would a citizen be able to be conscripted in that situation?
We can shit.
They could fight against it. They could fight against it.
What's his name? William Vesper. You know, he was.
Yeah, he's not a citizen at all. He's a Voidborn.
Yeah, right. He's nothing.
You can make an argument for it that you don't have to be, that you have passenger rights.
Okay,
Sure.
fair enough.
Sure.
I might play up that, because like I guess based on what you're saying, I sort of was a pseudo citizen, but that kind of got taken away. But again, like you said, they don't necessarily.
It was like a, because of the fate roll, we'll say that it was like an elevated status, that while kind of like a diplomatic immunity type thing is what you had probably, but you don't have it now.
Work visa.
All right.
Okay,
I'm gonna
interesting idea.
spend
Go
kind of. Is
We
that
already
okay?
spent cutting.
Oh, good.
You already did.
I'm going to spend cunning to
They rolled out
to call my authority, to activate my authority, which or my trait authority, which to activate authoritarian presence.
Okay.
Everybody, eyes on me. Now this could go down one of two ways, and I don't want it to go down the second way. We got a new CEO, and honestly, this mission may be in jeopardy if there's any dissent among my crew. So everybody better ship up and shape out right now. That includes you, Katrina. You are now a member of our crew. If I see for 1 second that you step out of line for any reason, you will be dealt with by the laws that go into effect by being a conscripted member of the SSA. You are now listed as Private Katrina Telmus, and you'll get all the benefits and pay that go along with that, as well as Silas. I'm gonna bump you up to what is my next sergeant? And
Be an E5.
An E5. Cherokee, I'm gonna bump you up to a lieutenant. And
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're a second lieutenant. What? You got a fucking field commission.
I'm gonna laugh at Katrina and be like, "Fucking loser." Like I was just a private 2 seconds ago, but.
And you know what? I'm gonna give Skip. You're gonna get a field promotion as well to whatever support. I'm gonna make you my assistant and command.
What was the thing above corporal again?
I'm sorry?
What was the rank above corporal?
Sergeant.
Yeah.
Technically,
so
it's
corporal.
specialist, but it's sergeant.
I'll make you a
Specialist
corporal.
and sergeant are both E4s.
Burgess, you've done an amazing job.
So I'm sorry.
gonna make you-
Corporal and specialist are the same rank at E4.
Yeah.
E5 is a sergeant.
Bump you up and make you a specialist.
Sir, thank you for thinking I'm special, sir.
What are you raising Skip Trace to?
Corporal.
Okay. So Skip, you're a corporal, so you're an E4. Burgess, you are an E4 as well, but you're a specialist, probably in exotic weapons. Or whatever it is that you use. Cherokee Sue, you are a second lieutenant, so you're a butter bar.
Yeah, buddy.
And Katrina already was a temporary private. Are you making her a private first class?
Yeah, private first
Which would
class.
actually be what you would do.
Yeah.
Because she's out of boot camp is what it would be.
Now, I need you guys to listen up. Our new CO, he doesn't take shit. So if he sees, and I would not mess with him for a second. We got to raise an army, and I think he's the best one to do it. So everybody needs to file in and get their shit together. That's what I bid.
Sir, yes, sir.
I refuse.
On that note, let's take a short break. We can take a 5-minute.
I
think
have
everybody-
a
I think
work tomorrow,
that's
so I
our-
gotta go.
You
I
gotta
think
go.
that's our game for tonight.
Yep. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's 11.
I refuse.
I refuse.
Excellent. It's a good cliffhanger. Awesome. Okay. On that note, did anyone accomplish any goals?
I got promoted. That was one of my
didn't.
goals.
No.
I wanted
Was
to
it?
get my rank back. Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
you got
I
promoted
just
in rank back.
wrote it as a general goal, so I didn't know which one that
Was it a minor or a major? We'll call it a major since it's been a long time coming.
Hmm.
So you get 2 XP. Everyone gets a pip for that. Jazzy, all of your cunning, all of your breath back if you've spent any. and you get a pip as well. So if you got
So
to more than 3 XP, then that means you got an advancement.
Did you, Skip, you got a minor goal last time, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got a minor goal.
How many goals were earned last time?
Thank you for helping me get to my point.
Just the one, I think. We were at 23 last time. So with Jazzi Cabbages, that takes us to 24, which means it's a team advancement.
Right. So everyone gets an advancement. So mark that down. Anyone else get goals?
I got a minor goal.
What was it?
I was to conscript Grim. I believe I did.
Yeah. So you get an XP, you get a pip, you get 1 cunning back and 1 breath back. Anyone else get any goals? Does everyone have your major and your minor goals written down?
I don't have a new minor goal. I need to think about it. But...
Okay. Think about it. Try to have it before next session.
I think
That
my
way
minor goal
you can accomplish
changed. It was to take the clad ship, but now I think it might be to destroy it.
Yeah, I wouldn't make that a minor. I'd make it a major.
I mean major goal. No, that's
Yeah, that'd be a major goal.
to do something to the clad ship.
Although you could do it next session, maybe. Depends on what happens.
I mean, it's been that for a little while. It's been like 3 or 4
Yeah.
sessions since
Yeah.
I knew about the clad ship landing. That's why all that emphasis on like,
Yeah,
can we take the?
it's just
clad
now
ship?
it's not landed. It's
now it's the opposite of landed.
we'll see what happens. Also, and because this ship that you're on, D's nuts, or the Prime Directive, if we're calling it that, because it is a scooter class ship, it's technically the heaviest light ship. So it's technically medium, but it's built off of a light ship frame. Because it's a scooter, it has a ram at the front, so it can actually torpedo into other ships. Granted, that does hurt the ship itself, but
It's gonna scar the paint.
scar the paint.
Yeah,
But
and the paint.
It is
sure.
technically there. You could plunge your ship deep into the
Sure.
warm depths of someone else's ship.
Mm-hmm.
You can go.
Tunnels.
Yeah.
You can hit these nuts deep into that ship.
Just deep.
Deep.
Slam these nuts right in.
Slam these nuts right into the ship.
You could go these nuts deep. All
Deep with these nuts. You could definitely go deep with these nuts.
This big black bee. Anyway, so
Let's take
got
a
gold trim and
short break.
everything. Listen,
Yep.
I didn't plan this. I didn't plan it. I really didn't. That's the funny thing. I really did not actually plan that. Anyone else get goals? Good. Great. Excellent. Good session. We're gonna do an after hours to talk about all of this goodness. And once we go off, I will talk to you all really quick about next session. Okay? So everybody say bye. Thank you to everyone, and
Bye.
we'll close it out.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the second half of DreadLore as we played Into Space. tonight.
Space.
I'd like to thank our cast. Me, I'm Drizzle. Ken, Andrea, Daniel, Jazzi Cabbage, Maxx, and Bill as our arbiter. All the music you heard tonight was done by all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. We'd like to thank them. We'd also like to thank our Patreon people, Nostalgic, Natalia Cline, Tim Roberts, and Daniel Hoker. If you want to join, go to patreon.com/DreadLore and help support this so that way we can keep coming to you every week. Thanks to Couchfire Media for all the beautiful visual stuff.
Beautiful,
that they do.
beautifuls.
And thanks to Terrible Productions for whatever they do and for having acid reflux.
Subscribe to Day Soldier. Subscribe and become a citizen. Citizen.
Sometimes it helps.
Yeah.